Basta I know myself. I know. It's not only me on trial here. It's my son on trial. It's a resolution. Do not let it reach the DOJ. Let it be discussed in court, whatever the case may be.
Other issue rin po. Kamusta po kayo ngayon amid po sa controversy po sa inyong anak? And nakausap niyo ba po ulit siya? And
I haven't talked to him actually since the beginning. I've stayed away from the case. I have not talked to anybody. I have not asked anybody any favor. I just talked to a cousin of mine who's a lawyer who will start or has started representing him already. That's all everything that I have to do with the case. I have nothing else to do with the case.
your reaction na po dun sa sinasabi ng ilang mga lawmakers na may special treatment daw po?
No, no comment. I will not comment on that. That's something to do with the case already. I will not comment.
Sir, regarding sa panawagan ng iba na mag-defend o
It will not happen. I will not comment anymore on other issues there. But it will not happen. That is not my call. I am a very honorable person when it comes to this. It's the president's call. And if I feel later on that I am not anymore effective in this position, then I will talk to the president about whatever has to be done in the future.
Pero sir, nagkausap na po ba kayo ng President?
Yes, the moment I arrived, I called him immediately when I landed, and I spoke to him.
Ano pong napag-usapan if you could share with us na po?
Well, he just said that he commiserates with my plight as a parent. That's all. And he said that just go back to work because we need you. Sabi niya, we have to start working again in the local scene since you were able to do well in the international scene. We need you again in the local scene to do what has to be done. To continue what we've been doing, what we started doing to reform the justice system. No, no comment. Pero I think I'm calm enough to face anybody about any issue, and if I cannot be baited into discussing things which do not need discussing from me, because since I have said I've recused myself from the very beginning.
Sir, wala kong bisitahan yung anak nyo sa...
No comment on that.
There is another follow-up. Paano niyo consider it? Case closed na ba yung first lobby? Considering the...
We have to know. The charges have to be filed. The conviction has to ensue. If it's going to be a plea of guilty, it has to be vetted properly. The testimony has to come out so that there will be a basis for the police to act on this matter later on. Because definitely a gunman is not the whole crime itself. It has to be vetted as a whole conspiracy probably. No gunman will be there without a conspiracy.
Sir, sorry, pasensya na sir, balikan ko lang po yung sa anak po ninyo. Nagre-report po ba sa inyo, sir, yung Prosecutor General doon sa sitwasyon?
I have nothing to do with that. He has nothing. He will not talk to me about it. I will not talk to him about it.
Sir, pasensya din po, how is the family? How are you?
We're holding up very well. My wife, my mother, my children, my brothers and sisters are all supportive. And I'd like to thank those people who have sent me statements of support on text, Viber text, and all messaging platforms. No? I appreciate the statements of support.
Secretary, kamusta rin po yung suporta ng mga taga-DOJ mismo sa inyo?
I appreciate the support given to me by the DOJ and the fact that when this thing happened, people were worried, and we just said, we just go back to work because this will not change the flow of work that we have to do. Because the deadline, as I said yesterday in the flag raising, the deadline for things we have to do in the DOJ is yesterday. We have to really rush to work and finish these reforms that have to be laid out to make our justice system better. Prosecution system, correction system, investigative system, our system for pardon and parole, parole and probation, all of these matters that have to be threshed out, Our land registration, our immigration, things that the DOJ is on top of and has to be on top of to be able to guide these agencies, which actually affect our quality of life as a country.
Sir, update po doon sa deportation, mga illegal workers.
The first deportations will happen October 19. I have been briefed by the Immigration Commissioner. 5 or 6 of them will be deported. Self-deportation muna to, that they're paying for. There are 400 more in custody which are being scheduled. China is validating the identities of the persons to be deported if they're really their nationals, if they're overstaying. The BI has already canceled visas of many of those who are working at the illegal pogo outlets. So work is ongoing right now.
Sir, pag-ibigyan ko lang po yung sa kaso. Definitely hindi po kayo magre-resign sa mga panawagang delikadesa daw po.
No comment. No comment. Basta I know myself. I know. It's not only me on trial here. It's my son on trial. It's the country in trial in some ways. But it's par for the course. It happens. And no more comment on that.
Sir, dadaan na lang po sa DOJ yung kaso ng anak.
No. That's the only question that was asked me by the lawyers, no, who I talked to. And sabi ko, if there is a resolution, do not let it reach the DOJ. Let it be discussed in court, whatever the case may be.
Pero sir, paano yung magiging petition for review? Hindi na dadaan sa Secretary?
If it's an adverse case against my son, it will not be appealed here. It will go straight to the courts for trial.
Balikan ko lang yung kay Percy Lapid. Pasensya po.
Mm.
Sir, yun nga po, allegedly galing sa loob yung ulo.
Yes.
Na papatay siya. Ito po palagi kung naririnig na rin yung galing sa loob ng bilibid. Meron po ba tayong mga gagawin na mas talaga immediate para po matigil itong mga ganito na yung mga tao sa loob na nakakulong na, sila pa pala yung nag-uutos?
Ang problema kasi sa bilibid talaga, kailangan i-uproot na natin talaga. Why? Kasi generations and generations of people under the guards of bilibid feel an entitlement to the positions that they occupy. And that the temptation there is so great that it's so hard to check on these people. A telephone is being sold inside bilibid for the reports to be for 300 to 500,000 pesos. That is the extent of how bad it is right now there. Well, you heard about the case where we had the jumpers of 200 houses outside the medium security prison had to be cut off, and that many of the guards are the ones who own it. If not all of those houses were owned by the guards. We have a big problem in Bilibid. That's why we have to reform our prison system, and not only the transfer of maximum security, but the regionalization of prisons is now on the table. I've discussed this. I've been discussing this within the department and with the DPWH for the past 3 months. The design of the prisons and the financial modeling of the regionalized prisons are being discussed already, and we may even be able to build regional prisons without using the national budget. We will just we have a way of doing it. We have a financial model to do this. We have a financial model to follow.
Sir, last na lang, sir, you mentioned nga yung mga reforms na kailangan pang gawin sa DOJ. So hindi pa kayo nangangamba na with the rest of your son, it would take all your efforts na people would...
I think that the blessing in this is that people will be more interested to know what we really are doing here for the country. I think that it's something that the country has needed for the longest time. And we were the first ones, not the first ones, we're not reinventing the wheel, but we are the ones who really have the opportunity to do it, because from day one, the President allowed me to organize a team of people who are willing to work for the changes that we are working on. And that is the most important aspect here. Because without a team that you trust, without a team that you believe in, it's very hard to delegate work. And I believe that the people that I brought with me here, and the people I selected to work on the higher levels, to supervise the lower levels, have been very effective. And we will be continuing to do this, and it will be a legacy-setting administration. And I think that we can be thankful to the President for that.
Sir, can you just get a clarification? Kasi meron po mga tungkol po specifically sa pag-goodler daw po ng mga...
I think that's a human rights issue, but I will not discuss it.